babe. Here, baby girl. She's nervous. Yeah. Penelope, no. Okay, so I'm back at the front of the barn. We're just gonna go back to here. She was comfortable, she was laying down. Me going in there, even just seeing me, she's not comfortable, she don't like it. So, we're gonna let her have them out here. When I get back from taking JC to Cap, we're gonna move them into the barn. It will help me feed her separately. She's not the bottom doe, but she's not top either. And she's also a smaller doe. She's young. Plus it's really windy. So we'll do that, and then hopefully it'll help calm her down a little bit, and also make sure the babies aren't quite that crazy either. Let's see. We're gonna sneak back here and see what we can see. Hello guys. So I'm going to kind of walk you through a little bit of what's going on as I'm seeing it, because I could not talk in the camera just because this doe is a little more skittish. Again, I thought she was comfortable out here in this field, to leave her, and I apologize for the trash and things that are here. I did not realize it was that bad, that the goats had torn out that much, until I stuck my camera through the barn slats to be able to see it. So please look over that. I'll get that cleaned up. Also, there's boards with nails and everything, but I'll take care of that. So right here, she is pushing. I thought she would be content in this field because she is a skittish doe. I did not want to separate her and stress her out. So she's pushing here. And at this point, I am just kind of watching. I'm starting to see a foot or a nose. Right here, I'm content letting her push. You'll see her start looking back at me, and that's because I did go on to the back of the barn where I could see straight on without seeing through the barn slats. And right here, where she raises up a little bit more, is where she was side-eyeing me quite heavily. But I'm still letting her push. There's no problem at this point. It's coming out. It does take time, especially for a first freshener, which is a goat that's never delivered before. She's still pushing here. Again, no issues. Everything looks like everything is coming out properly. I have not entered the pen. I am letting her push. She is making progress. I'm so sorry, guys, for all of the wind. Being in the barn owl at the back of the barn is getting a lot of wind. And I didn't want to cut that out. I wanted you guys to be able to hear, nature as it plays out. So, what ends up happening here is the sack that the baby is in breaks before she has the head out. And you'll notice her keep looking back at me. I'm not in the pen right now. I'm just standing next to the fence at the back of the barn, and she keeps looking back at me. She doesn't even like me doing that. But I'm still letting her go. There's not an issue as of this moment. But before she gets the head all the way out, the sack breaks. And when that happens, if the baby goes back inside, it's going to suck in all of those fluids into its lungs. It can die inside of her before she even has it and end up being stillborn, or not be able to breathe once it does come out all the way. So that is when I do intervene, which you will see here in just a minute or two. Sack is popped. At this point, I did cross into the fence. I just kind of pushed it down and stepped over the fence. I'm still off the camera at this point. She has not even seen that I did that, which she noticed right there, I believe. When that happened, I was still kind of waiting, but at this point, baby has to come out. I don't have time to let her sit and push it out on her own anymore. Also, the other babies start getting curious. But you can tell that the sack is popped. The head is not out. So at this point, it does become important that he comes out within within a minute or two. You don't have minutes to wait at this point anymore. I start inching closer towards her. You'll notice at this point she sits up. She's like, no. She sees that I'm coming closer. She's trying to push it out. I was trying to give her every possible opportunity to get it out before I intervened, but it just wasn't coming. So I did grab her, kind of checked out the situation. It was head and feet, proper position. When you do have to intervene, it's important to try to pull down, kind of following gravity, following the birth canal. I did kind of go out a little bit further than I would have preferred, but in the moment, it felt like it was down from my positioning. And all I did was kind of help her hold the baby, so when she pushed, it did not go back in. And it was coughing and sputtering. You could see its head moving there. I did give her a minute. Once the head's out, it's not going to go back in. So I did kind of give her a minute, just trying to make sure she didn't tear, letting her push. Don't pull the baby out and yank it out at that point. Once the head's out, it's not going back in. So, and then here she kind of concerned me that I thought she was going to take off. That's why I did leave baby there. He was breathing, he was sputtering. She did not. I stood at the fence. She wouldn't come back. I went ahead when she goes to take off. Right here is when I was crossing over the fence. It was too much motion for her, so she still moved off. But as soon as I got out of the pen, she turned around and went straight back to her baby. This Liberty Hills line, for her to be a first freshener doe, as soon as I got out of her way and left her alone and got out of the pen where she did not feel threatened by me, she went to her baby. It's awesome motherly instincts. I love it. Also, that little doeling there was definitely checking out the baby too, so that was pretty sweet to see. Alright guys, I don't have a lot of footage space left, but I did charge my battery while I had JC at taking her to her Civil Air Patrol. Here we have little baby. He is a buckling. Mama has not had another one, and I do suspect that she has a second one. So we're gonna sit on here and watch her for a little bit. I'll try to get some better footage of him tomorrow. He's a thick little dude. But we will be back with you shortly. Well guys, there's our little boy. She did just have the one. Hope I done. Oh, we got big stretches. I disturbed everybody. Everybody had to go potty. Well, we've got our does moved in here in the back pasture. There's Mama. Back in with the herd. I've got all those little bucklings separated and weaned. So she don't have to worry about fighting them off or anything. But I just wanted to introduce you guys to the little guy. He's doing great. Another blue, which at the time when I put her in a breeding pair with Triton, I didn't know he had bred quite so many does as what he had bred. But I'd have put her with one of my other bucks if I'd have known. But yeah, he's doing great. Thank you guys so much for watching. We've still got lace left to go. So don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed seeing kind of what we would do during, I mean, that wasn't even necessarily a difficult birth, but you know, if you enjoyed, if you learned anything, even if you didn't, feel free to comment down below what you might have done differently. Thanks for watching. Bye.